Hi everyone, and welcome back to our tutorials on building a website in R. Today we will get started just by opening up our project, and we can see where we left off by loading in Blogdown and serving the site. So we can see our website is looking really good so far. It's coming together. We've modified the bio section, and today we'll do a quick tutorial on how to edit the skills section. So to start, we're just going to go to Files, Content, and in our Home folder. There are a lot of Markdown files here, so we'll be editing a lot of the content within this folder. And today we'll specifically work on the skills Markdown. So at the top, we can see there's something called a widget. And because we're using Hugo, there are a lot of default widgets, and this one's specifically called Featurette. If you want to learn more about the different types of widgets, you can go to Wowjimmy and read the documentation there. But for now, we're just going to keep the default widgets that they have set up because it looks really clean and it's well organized. So let's have a look here again at our skills. We can see the title is skills. We'll keep that. We have 3 different skills listed: R, statistics, and photography. So each icon has a few different things. So there's a description, an icon pack, and the name for each. I am just going to go ahead and get rid of the photography because we don't need that. And I'll just make a couple of changes because I do like this R. And of course, I'm using R now. So I will write a brief description just saying, I will put this in quotes, I have okay, and now if we save this and scroll down, there we go, you can see the changes have just been updated. So that looks good for R, but now what happens if we want to add a different skill, that one that isn't listed here? For example, I know that I use Overleaf, and I have this on my actual website, so I'm going to edit this information and make an Overleaf skill. This is actually from that academic icon that, remember, a couple of tutorials ago, we went over how we can set this to true in case we wanted to use an academic icon. And here the icon for Overleaf is simply called Overleaf. And I will just say that I have, again, we're going to put this in quotes, I have 3 years. I'm not using R, using Overleaf. Now, of course, I would probably spend a little bit more time writing a couple more sentences for each of these. And if you look on my website, you can see that I've done exactly that. But just for this tutorial, we'll keep it simple. And now we can see that we have R and Overleaf. Let's just to really get practice with this, let's add one more. And to do this, I'm actually going to just copy and paste and modify it here. So the last one I'm going to add is JavaScript. And I know because I've done this before, but this one's from a different icon pack. It's the same one that we used for R. So it's this FAB. And the icon is JS. And I will simply just change this to JavaScript. Maybe change this to 2 years. And let's take a look at that. And there we go. We can see the 3 icons that we've just added, and that looks really good. One cool thing that I will add, just this is a little bit more advanced and using some CSS and HTML skills, but I have this on my website, so I'm just actually going to copy and paste some of my older code. So I will modify the JavaScript to this. So rather than having it here, I began learning JavaScript this past year, specifically using, let's see what this looks like here, specifically using JSPsych to run some of my basic computer-based experiments online. So I wanted to point this out just because I think this is a cool feature that you might be interested in case you want to include a link to something else. So for example, here, if we click on this, it takes us to the JavaScript website. So all I did here was, all this information is included in this tag here. So I have the JSPsych website. This just lets it know to open in a new window, and I've just modified the color and some of the fonts, the formatting there. So I just thought to go through that really quickly, but now that is pretty much everything that we need to do for our skills section. So that looks really good, and definitely feel free to go through the different icon packs and see which ones apply to you and add, as many skills as you want. And now, last but not least, we will make sure to save all of our changes. So stage commit. Do we want to? And push. Great. Okay, so that should be all set, and it will update on our actual website in just a few seconds. So thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.